Hello and welcome back to Ohio Richlands. We seem to have fixed the problem. We'll speak about that in just a minute, but episode updates. We've taken back 17,000 litres of sugar, which is going to go into our barn for storage until the best sell price, but we've got 1,600 litres of cake, 1,000 litres of clothes and 3,000 litres of chocolate. I just need them products to sell. I don't want any of the sugar to go, but I need to try and do it in one. That's maybe too far. Nope, that's us perfect. I want to keep the sugar. We have a massive stockpile of it now, but that's $19,101. Yeah, sugar shouldn't be too far away from the best price. As I said, we have an enormous amount of it. I don't know if the sell point is going to handle it all at once. I'm just making a mess of this turn in here. But yeah, big things on the horizon. Obviously we've got potatoes planted in field 17, so we need to wait until they are grown. But we did speak to the bank about a little upgrade to the farm. And they said it is possible because of the value of some of the stuff we have, and obviously the field values as well. So we can get a loan that's against, it works the same way as a normal loan, so we'll still get interest every day on it. It will put us $1.35 million in debt. So it's not a small figure. The total for it is $575,000, and it is that new cow barn we're looking at. Basically how it's going to work is there's going to be $116,000 of that against the 9RX we bought not long ago. $73,000 of that, this guy's just going to be in the way. A further $73,000 against this Mack truck we've got. $92,000 against the combine, and the final $305,000, which puts us just over what we need. But they need an extra guarantee, so that's what it's going to be. Every time, it's just that last little bit. There we go. So yeah, $305,000 of that is going to be against field 17. Obviously, because that is where the building is going. That would essentially be, if we don't make payments, then that would become theirs. They take the field and the cow barn is ready to go for them to rent to another farmer. So that's going to happen after the potatoes have been harvested. Obviously we did capture quite a lot of straw there from the barley field, and we have plenty of hay, silage, and there's more straw back there as well. There's also some grass over by the sheep pens there, but we do need hay because I am going to try beef cattle for a change. Obviously we've got dairy in that barn up there, but this one, the barn will come with a feeding robot, so if the beef doesn't work out or it's not as profitable or as good as the dairy, we do have options. So once these are ready, the cow barn I think is going to go just across the other side of that field there, next to the sheep pen. That is the plan. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. There is a lot of wool as well. We need to get that down to the spinnery. But yeah, sugar. There's 17 pallets there. And all of this. So yeah, that's, I don't think it's going to be a massive payday. Let's just do a quick calculation and see what it's going to be. Yeah, so the quick calculation came back at just over $36,000 potential if we get that was going on the highest price that it would get. So if it gets a better price than that, we could be looking at above 36,000, which is quite a phenomenal price, to be honest. Right, let's get this sugar into there. There's not much left to do today. We'll take the wool down to, oh, that's what I was going to check. Spinnery. They've got lots of wool there, and they have plenty there. We really don't need all this wool. I don't know what the value, see, we can't get another one. If we get another wool production, it's just, that one's going to start getting backed up as well, because we're almost 7,000 litres of fabric, and you know, you could keep adding spinneries and then add tailor shops to keep up with the spinneries, and you know, Where do you stop? Let's have a look. Wool. 1,200 is the best price. So it's a big drop from $10,000 a pallet. I was waiting to say that's a good price there, $1,000, but that's a spinnery. And then the next best price is the spinnery again, so it would have to be Ohio Agri. $956. Man, it's just coming down from now all the way until kind of March time. $1,000 a pallet, that's not a bad price. That just boosts the bank balance just a little bit. Let's have a quick look. What would we have? 369, we'd have that one, that would be 12, and that bit there. So yeah, we'd have about $12,000 there. If we sold all that, that would give the spinnery time to actually catch up, because it's we've got two going and they really are not catching up at all, or eating through it. That eggs were done not long ago, so they don't need done. They don't need fed yet. Only one pallet of lettuce. Yeah, I think we're going to sell the wool for a change. There's nothing else to do, so I think we're going to skip into tomorrow. We'll get the sugar offloaded because that is one of the first jobs to do. Put them in there. When does sugar reach the best price? A quick check. Sugar, September. Yeah, so just a little bit to go. Not too long though. Right, we'll get this done. We'll get the wool sold and jump into tomorrow. So we'll see you first thing in the morning. I almost forgot. I did say at the start of this video I was going to mention it. I figured out what the problem was in the end. We did narrow it down to a software issue. I did try several different maps. Nothing worked. So I eventually put it down to a software problem, but then narrowed it down further, thinking it was potentially a hard drive issue because the game loads from an external hard drive. It doesn't load from what would be the C drive. So I tried something else on the hard drive that the farm sim runs from, and it wasn't that. For some reason, it turns out if you have this issue in future, this is where to look first. The game needed to be revalidated. I don't know why. I don't know how it came to that, but that's what was the reason behind it. It did take me a little while to even figure that out because that would not be my first guess. I'm sure it wouldn't be for you guys either. That keeps happening. It's just in this barn though. Yeah, we'll just ignore that a little bit. But yeah, so if you guys come across that issue where the game is freezing randomly at random points, even if you're not a creator of this stuff, if you just play it for fun yourself and the game freezes or starts to do funny things like that and doesn't let you do anything and just completely freezes everything, doesn't let you do anything, it just stops. That is what to look for. If you can get the computer shut down again, obviously safely. That is one thing. I think it's when you click on your Giants icon for Farm Sim, the launcher, the little blue 22 logo, just before you double click on that, if you hold shift, that brings up a little kind of hidden menu thing. And it's in there, you can click validate. And that solved my problem. So just for future, if this happens to anyone, and I will keep note of that because if it does happen in future, that's the first thing I'm going to try. Is just click a button to say validate game. And it basically runs through different things. It looks like it's reinstalling the game, but it's not. It's just checking over everything is, you know, you've bought it legally, and yeah. So that fixed the problem. At least I hope it did. We're not having any issues like we were before, so I assume the issue is fixed. This has been running, I've had a few different tests running just to make sure it's right before I actually committed to recording this video and saying obviously what the issue was. So looks good for now. That's what I think has fixed it. So basically just hold shift, double click your 22 logo, click validate, and you shouldn't have any more freezing, at least not to date since the last issue. So I think that has fixed it, just for reference for you guys. But that's enough of this. Let's finish this off, get the wool sold, and we'll see you in the morning. Well, that's us now in the 1st of July. We did skip forward a day. Our canola is ready, and we have a worker. You just seen one of the clips. There is a worker on, that was close. There's a worker on the field next to us, the grass field, putting down a second stage of fertilisation, and he's moved over to field 15. I don't think he'll be too long until he's finished that. I think he may be on his last pass now, and then he'll go over to where the potatoes are in field 17, and he'll get them done as well. But for now, we've got this canola. It is ready to harvest. We also need to think about what to put in here. I'm potentially thinking barley, because there's nothing really, we've missed a planting window for everything this year apart from barley and wheat. So I think it's going to be barley. That way we can keep on top of the chickens. We've already got the crop in now ready for next year, because we've got just under 100,000 litres. I'm not sure, I haven't been keeping track, to be honest. I was meant to do that to see how much they would actually go through in a year. But good news though, we have another 488 little chicks arrived overnight for the chickens. So that's going to consume even more feed in the coming few months. We do need to give them feed anyway. I'm going to try and finish off the last bit of that sorghum they've got. I think there's about 1,000 litres in the bin, so we'll get rid of that. And then start getting them back onto barley. The cows need some TMR and straw. And we also need to move the 50,000 litres of slurry. And that's the guy finished now, so we'll get him to move over to the potato field just in a minute. Yes, we've got just under 50,000 litres of slurry in the cow barns. We need to transfer that into our tanker and move it over to the big silo. But the 20 cows we do have are at the ideal month, I think it's 24 months, to sell. They're $1,500 a piece, so it's just under $30,000 in total, because it will take off a little bit of a transport fee for each of them. I may sell them, I may keep them. I don't quite know what I'm going to do with it yet, because they'll still produce a decent amount of milk. Obviously the milk is what the dairy cows are for. The beef cattle, you would keep them on as long as you can, as long as the price is still increasing. But we'll have a look at that later on. The sheep do need some grass and water, though I did have a quick check not too long ago. We also bought 4 bags of fertilizer at the store. That was $7,280. But we have $161,890 in the bank right now. So it's not a bad bank balance. But I don't think this is going to happen now, because that field is ready, and we were meant to be, well, we weren't meant to be, but we were going to be potentially purchasing that field from the farmer as a rent to buy. But the time's just not right. I really want to get into this beef cattle, get the new shed up, because obviously we have got the loan kind of pre-approved with the bank, and it's going to be held against some of our equipment. So I think that is priority. Get the cattle up and the barn up and ready to start making some good money, or from what I hope is good money. But we'll get this field finished off. We'll get that worker, we'll give him a quick phone just now, tell him to jump over to the potato field. And yeah, let's crack on with today. Well, there we go. That is that contract now complete for field 16, the one we were going to be buying this year. There's still 1700 litres left in the combine, so not too much, but I think we'll just throw that in with what we've got and see what we are left with. There we go, that's it finished. 7,000. So almost 9,000 litres, and we got $724 of extra income from that. So I think we'll just keep that, throw it into the bin we've already got, and we'll go and complete that just now. So $13,922 in the bank. There's a couple other contracts, but I think we're just going to leave them for now. We need to get on to the animals. Still kind of debating what to do with the cows, if we're going to sell these or keep them on, because they're not really going to make any more money than that. And it's just under 30,000 we get from it, so it is a bit of a bonus for us. These guys need some wool and water, and obviously we got these guys yesterday, I think it was, or this morning, I can't remember now. But they do need some feed, so we're going to get the rest of the sorghum. We've got 1,600 litres of sorghum left, then we'll be on to the barley. And we're going to be adding 9,000 litres to that, so we're going to have 40,000 litres of canola. So that's not too bad. These guys, they're alright just now. But the cows, that is the big issue right now. Do we sell these, or do we keep them on a bit? I think all they do now is just produce more milk every month than age they gain, but they don't gain any value for selling. I'm not sure what to do. I think maybe sell them. That would give us a little bit of boost in money. That'll put us up over $200,000 in the bank. I think that's maybe the best thing to do. That puts us in a really good position when we come to actually buy the beef cows when we get the potatoes all harvested up. We also still need to get the potato factory as well, which is $80,000. It does fit down beside the spinnery we put in though. We bought that little section of land there, so that will work out just fine. So that's only going to cost us $80,000. That would leave us with about $120,000 in the bank if I sold the cows. And that should be more than enough to buy a decent amount anyway to get us going. But we'll think about that in a minute. Just now we're going to go and grab the rest, another 1,700 litres out of the combine, and put this in our own silo. Well, it is time to sell the sugar. We have 60,000 litres of it. There might still be some down at the production, so I think we're going to go and check on that, but it's not a priority right now. It's to get this to the farm shop. We'll quickly check. So the best price is $531, and at the moment it's $543. So we're just going to sell everything we've got right now at the farm shop. So this is going to be a bumper sale. I just need to start breaking now because it's very heavy. And we also need to try and get it in one go, which is going to be quite tricky because it's not the best of trailer sizes to be getting around about here. Nope. Yeah, I was about to say I'm going to get myself stuck right here. Well, very inconvenient, but we are going to get there. I just want to try and get it sold in one go. Right, that should be us now. Almost. It'd be better if the fence wasn't there, it'd be a lot easier, but... So here we go, 60,000 litres of sugar. Don't know how quick it's, I'm sitting too far over. Oh no, it is taking everything. It's not going to sell anything at the front because that's me right back. Well, it's going to leave a few pallets at the front, but 26,612. We'll just see if we can get this further over and try and get the rest of it sold. I don't think it's going to sell what's right up at the neck of the trailer, but we'll give it a shot. No, I'm going to have to come in head first. Oh, another $3,133. Probably wasn't the wisest decision coming out this way. With that pole right there, I'm either stuck on the pole or the fence, one of the two. There we go. Right, now we'll come in head first and sell the rest of this. I think we're also going to just get the cows sold as well, then transfer the slurry into the big tank. It's extra income for us. We've also made, I would say, over 30. Oh, it's not going to work this way. I need to take a bigger swing in. Well, we own this field. We could maybe make some sort of gravel patch there, right on the corner. This is going to take some manoeuvring. I would have done it in the small trailer, but we'd have been here all day trying to load up little bits and take it around as we go. There we go, that should be all selling there. Oh, we're clearing the fence post. Just one pallet to go, there we go. Now, with all that manoeuvring about, I have lost track of what we've been paid for this. So I think is it over $30,000? It must be. If it's $540 per thousand and we had 60,000. So it's going to maybe be about, what, 34,000 for that? So that's not bad for all that sugar. We've been storing that all year, so that's a good payday. We're now at $208,460 in the bank. Right, next up, let's go and get this cattle sold. Right, here we are. So we have 20. I think I'm going to buy Holsteins again. But we're going to hopefully get them to reproduce this time, because we didn't get anything extra from this lot that I can remember anyway. So a $2,000 fee for transport, but $30,000 in total, minus that is $28,000 in total. So let's get them sold. While we're here, we are going to take on some more, but we're just going to take on the calves because that means we are 18 months till they can reproduce these. Or they're 12 months, so you've only got 6 months to wait, and they are ready to reproduce, but it's $50 more than the maximum sell price. I've never done that. Big difference though, 33,000 for 20 of them, 23,600 for them, or 5,000. So we're going to get 20 just now. Just debating if we should get another 20. In fact, you know what, the potatoes are going to be ready very soon, so I think we'll leave the 20 new calves in there. We're going to go and grab the 9R and move some slurry over, so it empties the tanks in there. I think we could skip into tomorrow, to be honest. There's nothing else for today. There's no more contracts. That field has been completed. Both fields, we've got the potato field and this soybean field fertilized as well. And the field we harvested with canola, our field down the bottom beside the shop, that is going to be barley, so we need to wait. I think it's next month. It's either next month or the month after, and we can put barley into that field. But for now, we'll get the slurry transferred over to our big silo here. Jump into tomorrow. Oh, first we need to feed the animals, don't we? We need to give the chickens some feed. We'll give them the rest of the sorghum. There must be a bit of a hill there. Yeah, we'll give the chicken the rest of the sorghum and then top off with barley. Then we'll go and give the sheep some bales of grass and give them some water as well, because I think they're quite low, or they're getting low anyway. But we'll leave the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this has fixed the freezing issue and we can continue videos as normal. But the next one won't be out. The next one will be out quicker than the last one, sorry. So I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you again in the next one very soon. Thank you very much for watching.